Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit dyingdollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's dyingdollar.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And I want you to think about this. There is still no closure for the Guthrie family. Think about that for a second. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. So apparently an anonymous tip came in that claimed that the mother that's still missing, Nancy Guthrie, was buried around the border, that a grave had been found in Mexico, sparking a massive search. And so a group that works to locate missing people in Mexico said they had searched for Nancy Guthrie after they received this anonymous tip that she was buried around the border in an unmarked grave. Now, can you imagine that? Your elderly mother, and you still don't have any closure as it relates to this situation. And of course, we all know, the world knows, that she was abducted from her Tucson, Arizona home more than 70 miles north of the border in terms of the city, where it was believed that her body was buried. And so this group, they do this looking for people that have been buried, right? And they have thus far found 25 unmarked graves. But apparently the search for Nancy Guthrie came up empty. Can you imagine what this is like for her two daughters and her son? For her daughter on the Today Show to go to work, and it just has to be absolutely horrible. 800-848-9222. So we know the story tonight. The question is, what other bones are going to fall out of his mouth? Graham Plattner apparently cheated on his fiancée and bragged that his Nazi tattoo was a reminder that, quote, the U.S. was the evil bad guy. This is according to a former lover. We see your calls coming in, 800-848-9222. Socialism America coming to an area near you. Look at New York, for example, but at least in D.C., at least in the nation's capital, President Trump can actually stop it. President Trump can actually do something about it.
Here in Washington, D.C., there's a Democratic primary for mayor. One of the two leading candidates, Janice Lewis-George, is running a Zoran Mandami campaign. It's focused on socialist policies. How would you feel if she emerges victorious in next Tuesday's?
Well, I wouldn't like it, and maybe we'd take back Washington, run it on the federal basis. We won't put up with it. We're not going to lose our businesses.
Thank you, President Trump. Don't put up with it. I wish you could do the same here in New York City. I think a majority of the city wishes that you could do it here and take over New York City to get away from Mom Donnie. Because at the end of the day, we all know what he represents. We all know what he's doing to this city. And it's not a good thing. Graham Plattner, right? And this is the soundbite that's making the rounds everywhere. This guy knows, read between the lines, right? That's what I'm very good at doing. This guy knows there's more dirt on him out there. Listen to this response.
Has your campaign been working to figure out what an opposition file with any additional allegations might have in it? Do you know that on your end? Have you thought about it?
Oh, I've thought about it extensively. I mean, here's the thing. I've lived my life. I was there the whole time. Much of the allegations that have come out as of late are literally just lies. And so, I don't really, they've already gotten to the point where they're moving into just making things up. And if we're already there, I don't know what else they're going to make up, because I don't know what's going around in the very weird minds of Republican operatives.
So, right, you don't know what else they're going to make up. I got to write that one down, because I might have to use that one. I have no idea what they may make up next. Yeah, right, buddy. In other words, the bones are falling out of your mouth. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know which girlfriend that you screwed over is about to drop another dime on you. That's what you really mean. And on this conversation on CNN, those that have actually suffered through PTSD say what this man is doing is disgusting.
Isn't the President of the United States, obviously there's the sort of hypocrisy of some of these criticisms and questions coming from him, but isn't he doing Plattner a favor by targeting him? Isn't that what Democrats in Maine want?
Hey, Anderson, if I were the president, if he's listening, I'd advise him to just be silent on this one, right? Graham Plattner's in deep enough quicksand as it stands right now. As Tara correctly points out, he is none of those things. He's not authentic in the least bit. He has lied about basically everything in his life. Look, Anderson, I'm a veteran. I've been diagnosed with PTSD myself. I resent Graham Plattner using his diagnosis as an excuse, as some sort of crutch for all the vile and awful things that he's done. I don't know any veterans, PTSD or not, that have done the same kind of things that he has. He was on Kick. I don't know if any of our viewers really pay attention to what Kick is. I had to go Google it to see what it was. But it's primarily known for a site that used for grooming young children. P. Hustle, he's in a towel, shirtless, with his Totenkopf tattoo on there, fantasizing about raping intruders, but not in a gay way. He's offended Jews, he's offended women, he's offended the gay community, he's offended veterans. I'm not quite sure who's left to offend.
800-848-9222. Let's go to line one. Pat in New Jersey. Good morning, Pat. What's on your mind?
Morning, Dominic. You're on my mind. I listened to the program this afternoon.
Okay.
And I think it's unfortunate we can't see where we are. You're a kid on the block. You're talking about a birthday coming up, and you said, I'm an old person. And I'm listening to you and thinking, maybe up to 70, I was jumping on a trampoline with my grandchildren, and I just turned 80 last week.
Wow, and well, happy birthday. But Pat, but see, maybe I should have explained myself. And I'm a little embarrassed. But wait, I'm a little embarrassed by this, to admit this. Because I try, sometimes I talk about me, but sometimes I don't want it to be about me. And so one of the things that I talk about nationally when I speak around the country is with the life that I've lived out of the Bronx, New York. And I'm embarrassed by this. The reason why I say, in so 6 days, I'm 62 years old. And the reason why I say I'm an old man is because, as I often say in my remarks, with the life I've lived, I never thought that I would see the age of 40. That's what I honestly felt. That with the ills of society, coming out of the projects in the Bronx, what I've seen with other males in particular, other black males, Latino males, I never thought that I would see 40. So that's why I say that I'm an old man. But go right ahead, Pat.
You had a lot of blessings, and there was someone always praying for you. And that's how I feel I got to be where I am at this point. I dodged 3 major bullets. And I always say he has the final say, but I don't mean to say but, and negate that. You, in many eyes, you cannot imagine the life you have ahead of you. It's a whole nother journey, and I think you're just warming up. Oh, well, wouldn't that be nice, Pat? I hope that's the case,
to see my grandkids grow up and do whatever it is that they want to do, and for grandpa to be able to guide them into starting their own businesses and generational wealth and getting away from, when my life started. It would be wonderful, but you're right. It's all in God's hands. And, I really do feel this strongly, Pat, that when God is on your side, who can be against you? And so that's what life has taught me. So you said you're 80?
I just turned 80, and I can't tell it. I have no words for it. I'm grateful because I had a couple of major things go on. However, I realize the road ahead of me is so much shorter than the road behind me, and there's so much to do in life. And I believe it was maybe on one of the talk shows late at night on TV years ago, and somebody from, I think his name was John Mellencamp, and he was on. His aunt had mentioned that even on your longest day, life is still too short.
So wait, Pat, but as you might have noticed, I'm mesmerized by the fact that you just turned 80. So what does it feel like when you hit that magical 80 number?
My cousin just sent me a birthday card and said, "How does it feel to be 80?" And my answer was the same as it was all through the past decade, just a little more ache and pain, and a little slower.
A little slower. Okay, well, I think it's phenomenal that you've reached the age of 80, Pat. I think it's wonderful, and thank you for the great call, and bless you and bless your heart, and I want only positive things for you in your future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Pat. So let me say this, folks, and I normally don't say the names, but Walter in Baltimore, give it a break. I told you this the other night. You called as soon as the show started. I'm not taking your call for a while. I'm not saying that I won't do it in the future, but give it a break. You started calling my colleague, Rita Cosby. Stick with her. I've kind of had it with you for a while. Greg in Michigan called me at 3 o'clock. Greg in Michigan, all on my Facebook page. Give it a break. So let's lose line 2 because he's not getting on the air. Do you think I'm joking when I say that, Walter in Baltimore, that you're done for a while? And Greg in Michigan, you can bet my life on it. You won't be on this show until at least July 11th because of your flip mouth saying things that I begged you not to say anymore. But I do want to focus on this in terms of moving on. Well, wait a minute, I'm up against a break. I wanted to get to President Trump and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Oh, I can't wait until she gets her day. I can't wait. But what we need to do right now is take a break, and the number to reach me, 800-848-9222.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?